Finger up your bum.
Welcome along to our special live extravaganza for episode 50 of 30 something gamers. Yes, 50 episodes. And if you listen to any of the other episodes, then you know that extravaganza just means live, nothing else. We haven't got like anything planned or audience or anything like that. It's just normal. We are live on TikTok at the minute. If you are watching this on Spotify, it's just a normal episode, nothing to get excited about. And as always, and for the 50th time, I'm joined by the Diddy to my donkey, Boxy Arty. How you doing, Boxy?
I'm happy with Diddy. He had a good second game. I think
Yeah.
his game was better, actually.
Well,
Yeah,
I just thought about it when I was trying to think of two things. I just thought you would perfectly be described as Diddy, and donkey is a great adjective for me. To be fair.
is it? You'd be better as P Diddy.
Right. Okay. Let's just move on from that one because we're live on TikTok now, and I don't want to get banned.
Hey, just to speak out, hello to everyone who's joining us, and it's amazing you're all here because with the level of organization that has gone into planning this 50th episode, which is quite a milestone for us, I have to say. I mean, I thought we'd last about 3 episodes personally.
Probably. Yeah.
But with Tom giving out the time of 8:30 and then putting out another video saying it was 8 o'clock and then putting out that absolute cum stain of a trailer on the podcast saying, "Oh, join us here," and then running so many bloopers. I was listening to that and thinking, what on earth have you put out? Because that was we had messages saying
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
we should do is we should do some marketing saying this is coming up, short little 30 seconds, put it out, or get everyone ready to join us on Sunday. Great idea.
Yeah, but this is the whole podcast as well. I have to do everything. I've got two kids. I'm a teacher. I try to edit other stuff and do other stuff online, and I have to do everything. How many videos did you put out advertising the podcast this week?
One.
Okay, I put out like 6 or 7. So I apologize if in the car today when I thought I need to put one out for tonight, I said 8 o'clock instead of 8:30. Let's just get this right, viewers, by the way, as well, and listeners. He didn't turn up on the Zoom call, which is what we used to record the episode, until about 10 past 8 anyway. So
Yeah, because
don't blame me for everything.
we agreed it was half eight. And anyway, with the trailer that
Uh
you
huh.
put out, why on earth did you put like send it out like that? Like quality control. You're dropping your phone, you're calling your wife,
I
the
didn't call
mic's
my
all
wife.
going
I
off.
didn't call my wife. Right, right. Okay. So if you haven't seen, I put a little trailer because we didn't do an episode on Monday. Also, my fault. I will accept this because on the last episode, which was episode 49, I did say this is episode 48, and I thought we had 2 weeks, 50th episode. And then when I was going to upload it, I was like, oh, it's episode 49. Um, so I did put a little like 2 minute thing out. And again, because I had to do it, because you didn't do it, because to the point of he doesn't know the logins for anything that I've sent him for all our TikToks and stuff like that. And I was recording. It was lovely up until the camera fell off. It's this here. Um, TikTok shop. This might get some views. I bought it. It's crap. It just keeps unlocking, so the phone fell off. Don't buy it. Does that still work? 'Cause I said TikTok shop. I don't know. Um, and then I picked it up and it was upside down. And then you could see that I've got you can actually see here. I've still got the mattress here.
Hmm.
Um, there's a mattress, and I thought people are going to think that I've like sort of been kicked out by the missus. But actually, Gary, who's in the chat right now watching us live, he knows that the mattress is here because he came to visit, and he had a little sleep in the games room. And he promised me that he didn't change the disc rounds in all the games behind us. So whatever. But I just thought that's us. When I finished recording, I thought this is us, and we actually had a comment on it saying, um, "This is so chaos and stuff. This is the most." Well, to be fair, I was fuming because it said this is the most 50 something gamers I've ever seen.
Not long
but
now.
but it's on brand. So I just thought, yeah, let's
It was very on brand. Any normal person would have just started the video over again as soon as their phone dropped, but not you, mate.
no, no, I just power through. I just power through. I ignore the screams and the shouts and just power on through. And anyway, just so you know, if you are watching this on Spotify, we've already been banned on TikTok. Um, for well, we have not been banned. We're not being pushed to anyone, and no one can gift for us for 10 minutes because our theme tune was recognised as someone else's audio, which
As in
I'm
ours.
yeah, our theme tune. Anyway, as reproduced content, it doesn't matter. It just means we're not getting pushed for 10 minutes, and people can't send gifts. Whatever.
10
Anyway,
minutes? That's nothing. That's all right.
Whatever. Anyway, today we're going to be passing the responsibility over to you guys. We've tried for 50 episodes and we are sleepy old men. Our creative juices are drier than Gandhi's flip flop in a crimson desert. Game unrelated there, see? So we have got you to ask us questions about anything you wanted to. And we're going to be answering those later. And if you ask any during the stream, I'll try and add them on. Although we have got quite a few, so there have to be good ones. Now, we're not going to talk about what we've been playing this week, so we can fit some more questions in. And with it being a special episode, we're going to have some boxy trivia and some retro revival trivia. So, before we get into there, I do have a game idea that I wanted to mention, though, because I wrote that little bit there and I just thought of this, and I want you to let me know what you think of this game. Would you play a game called Gandhi the Ripper?
Have you just thought of that?
No, 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 no. It's in my notes. Would you play a game called Gandhi? Do you want us to tell you about the game?
As in Gandhi, the Gandhi.
No, as in John Gandhi, who lives next door to us. Of course, Gandhi. What other Gandhi is there?
Well, I mean, it could be like some new character you've come up with. As if you
And
mean
I,
the
and I,
Gary.
and I, and I, and I thought, oh, what's a good name that'll separate him from everyone else in the world? Gandhi, one of the most recognizable names in the world.
Well, I can't. I will say I'm intrigued. You're
Oh,
taking the most peaceful man on the planet and calling him the Ripper.
well, do you know that Gandhi could be Jack the Ripper?
No. Were
So
they around at the same time?
Gandhi was studying at London University at exactly the same time that Jack the Ripper was knocking around London, knifing prostitutes.
Hmm.
Did you know that? Doesn't
No, I
that
didn't
seem
know.
weird? Doesn't it seem like, for me, Jack the Ripper feels like it should be so far away? You know what I mean? Like, and Gandhi, Gandhi feels quite recent, but because all of these videos were in third world countries, he seems older than he is. Does that make sense?
Hmm. Little
Um,
Vic say we're going to get banned for libel now.
Yeah. Well, you can't libel against Gandhi. Everyone knows he's all right. But Gandhi, right? So your first part of the game is, I don't know, maybe Assassin's Creed-esque, vampire, the good parts of it. And you have like your persona at the start. You're going to school, you're learning stuff. And then at night, you slay prostitutes. Are you with me?
Kind of.
Kind of. Obviously, you could have some sort of like things where you have to try and get away with it, hide whatever you're doing, blah, blah. But then halfway through the game, he has some sort. What's the matter?
I'm just about to make a point, but you'll keep
Okay.
talking. So
See, this is a hand he uses to shut me up. So halfway through the game, he has a thingy of conscience, and then the rest of your game, you're trying to make up for your sins, and this could be true by
mm,
being like the best person, the nicest person in the world. And
yeah,
by the time you get to, so at the start of the game, you think the whole game is about trying to slay all these people and blah blah and do it the best way you can. But the better you do there, the more good you've got to do in the second part, where you don't get into heaven. Or where did Gandhi want to go? Did he want to go to heaven? Or did he believe in heaven? Was he
who fuck
Buddhist?
knows? I don't know.
Okay, well let's
I've
just
got
say
this.
heaven.
I've got the name of the sequel,
What's the sequel?
Mother Dharma,
Mother. So
Mother
right, so,
Mother
yeah.
Teresa, Jeffrey
I,
Dahmer.
and about Mother. Well, could Mother Teresa? No, Mother Teresa couldn't have been Jeffrey Dahmer.
I don't know. He had long hair and glasses. He could have passed.
It could have. Jeffrey Dahmer could have passed as Mother Teresa. To be fair, right? Let's move away from the liable. But I've heard at the end, Mother Teresa wasn't as nice as she was supposed to be, was she?
Oh, we're getting into it now. Is she not?
I I don't know. Let's move on
Anyway,
before
no, 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 no,
we
no. The
actually.
point I was trying to make when my arm went up, they've
Okay.
already made this game.
Oh
It's called Vampire.
well, I said
Vam.
vampire-esque. I said that at the start. I said like vampire or Assassin's Creed. They haven't made a game where you're Gandhi and you're killing prostitutes.
Yeah, I get that, but I was saying this game already exists and it's called Vampire because he's a doctor by day,
Uh-huh.
vampire by night.
No, no. It's because it's the tonal shift on the end. Because you just like Assassin. I don't know. I don't know whether there's a Jack the Ripper DLC on the Assassin's Creed game, isn't there?
Liam's
I'm,
just said, "Is this still a video game podcast?" Good point, mate.
we're
Let's
talking about. I'm talking about a video game,
uh,
and you know what it is? I don't. I can see Cheddar Stink in the chat, who is our good friend who was on the podcast. I'm sure it was. I found out that fact from him. from his lovely podcast, the Dear Pie podcast. Is that true, Cheddar? Let me know. Anyway, let's move on. We're going to do trivia. What we're going to do is actually use some of the tools that we get given to try and promote ourselves that we don't use because we're crap. So on Spotify, we can set up polls, and we've not set up one poll yet. And what we're going to do is we're going to set up the poll to say who is the best trivia host, me or Boxy. And to help you make that decision, on today's show, we are going to have 2 rounds of trivia, a Boxy round and a me round. And obviously my round will be better. But Boxy, seeing as you were the original trivia maker, talker, presenter, would you like to go first?
I would love to, mate.
And if you're going to go first, your first time ever to do the theme tune live.
And I have to ask the 12 people who are with us, you've all got to join in. Everyone has to write. You know what you got to write.
God, I feel like I'm a Butlins.
Yeah. Okay, and I do need to jump off the stream so I can get all my questions ready. That's the point, because when I ask the questions, you can't look at the chat because everyone's just gonna be piling in the answers.
Okay, okay.
Okay?
Go on. Okay, on.
I mean, he says he's not, but I think he will.
You'll do exactly the same.
Right, let's do it then. Ready? Da 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 da. How am I supposed to know that?
You've got such a buzz thinking that the 13 people now have done that at home. Not one. Not one. Not
And
one has done that.
I love that everyone has written how I'm supposed to know that, and they haven't done it like how am I? Like
Because I'm not from
OW.
Yorkshire. Because they're trying to do it how I would see it. Because I think now people have forgotten that that's supposed to be an impression of me.
Oh,
It's
Coach Marv's got the right idea. He says, "How me I supposed to moo that?"
to know that. Well, anyway, it's a terrible. Firstly, your trivia start off with a terrible impression. It starts off every week like that. So there's a point for me in the better trivia.
Okay.
Have you got anything special, or is it just general questions this week?
It's general questions, but I've got three kind of intros which I thought I'd like, speed run, like quick fire round because
Okay,
I was thinking all day, and people in the chat can decide which one they prefer. So yes, this is my favorite part of the podcast. This is trivia. This is what
sorry,
I'm not in the comments anymore, so
we,
I can't see.
we've been suspended again for reproduced contest. It must be your theme tune. It's that good. TikTok thought it was a real recording.
So basically, it
Um,
just doesn't let you sing at all.
no, no, it's like that Peter Kay sketch, isn't it? I was in the shower singing, and my mum showed up. And she went, "Turn that CD off," and that's when I knew I was really good. Yeah.
So good. Anyway, shush, you're corking my creative juices. Right, here we go. This is my favorite part of the podcast where we find out whether Tom is a true gamer or whether he's one of these posers who thinks that a need for speed is why the local drug addict wakes up every morning.
It's a good one. Oh, I forgot to make one of them for my
That's
trivia.
right. That's your first one. Here we go.
Okay.
Um, is where we find out a true gamer or one of these posers who thinks that siphon filter is some sort of device to help people from Sunderland steal petrol. I thought that was
I,
quite good.
it is a good one, but I will not allow you to besmirch the name of lovely Mackems. So, and
Okay.
you put two in just to try and win favour with the people doing the poll. So
And I'm
continue
about to
on.
do it. And I'm about to do a third. Here we go. My favorite part of the podcast: a true gamer or one of these posers who thinks that God hand is when you dip your hand in holy water and proceed to have a wank.
And you would get there eventually. And yeah, we did. I thought it was going to be when we did recorded useless microtransaction, but at least we're there now. Go on.
We're there now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we know.
I've just spunked away three really good ones on one episode. I could have spread those out here.
It's a 50th special.
It is, yeah. Okay, never mind. So pretty straightforward, this one. And I know people are going to be jumping in the comments saying all the answers. So try your best, but I think this is quite an easy round. So I wish you luck. I'm very optimistic. So I am going to be naming some famous video game levels. Are you paying attention? Because you're just
I am.
staring out into the abyss at the moment.
I'm I have forgot to think of my little joke thing for my trivia, so I'm looking at my game titles to try and think of one as you talk shite. Go
Well,
on.
I need you locked in, mate, because
I'll
this is your trivia.
I'm smart. I'll get it anyway. I am like Rain Man of trivia,
You
like
say so.
gaming trivia.
Okay,
Is
I've
that
actually done your 10 questions this time as well. So
come on then?
we're extending. This is the big grab bag version of trivia. Okay, famous video game levels. All you got to do is tell me what game it's from. Easy? Yes? Yeah?
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's
Okay.
easy.
Question one. No Russian.
Call of Duty. It's Modern Warfare 2. No
Hey, we
Russian, is
started
there?
off well, haven't we?
Yeah,
That's not bad.
the famous level where you could have it not come on the game because you just walked through an airport gunning people down, didn't you? But as the developer said, you didn't have to gun anyone down. That was a choice. You could walk through that whole level and not take down any civilians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well done. So, question one, right? Question two.
Uh,
Wet, dry world.
that's got to be a Mario one. It sounds Mario. Wet dry world.
Yeah.
Um,
Sounds like a porno that starts off very good and ends very bad.
you put that one in just for that joke. It can I say is it a Mario game? Because
Well, if I say
you're not just gonna because how many Mario games are there?
one or two,
There are a ridiculous amount. So if you say Mario, that's not narrowing it down.
I don't know. Let's ask the chat. I don't get to converse with the chat much. Is it fair to say if it's a Mario game or not?
I'm just gonna I'm done with these politics. I'm just gonna say that it's a Mario game and think wet dry world. I'll go with Super Mario Sunshine because he has a water pack on his back.
Oh, you got two of those words right, but no, you're wrong. It's Super Mario 64.
Oh,
It's that world.
oh it is, and it's that is my Mario. It's the first one I played and the one that I can really remember.
Yeah,
Human.
you're doing well, Rain Man. Come on then. All right, question three. We don't go to Ravenholm.
Um, I am sure that is a level we've talked about before because it's a horror level in a horror type level in a non-horror game, and that is in Half-Life 2.
Oh, the rain's back. Well done.
Yay! I thought you were going to ask us for which part because that was released in like three parts, two parts. I don't know,
It's in the
episode one and
first.
episode two.
It's in the first full game.
So technically, we've had here Half-Life 3. People need to stop bitching about it, haven't we? Half-Life 2 Part 1, Half-Life 2 Part 2,
And
Episode 2.
Half-Life Alex.
We go had four. Put put your pitchforks away with neck
Now,
kids.
I
Continue
don't think you're
on.
gonna get. I don't think you're gonna get this, but I have spoken about this level.
Okay.
You should remember what game it's from. Touch Fuzzy, get dizzy. We're back to porn again.
Touch, touch, fuzzy, get dizzy.
Yeah.
Touch, fuzzy, get dizzy. I'm I'm gonna have to have a clue for this one. I'm gonna have a
Um, I will say the clues in the name.
because when you're saying dizzy, all I can think of was a game that came out on the like sort of Spectrum and things like that, and then one came out on the Mega Drive called Fantastic Dizzy. And it's it's really hard to know what the hell's going on. You play an egg, Fantastic Dizzy's an egg, and I don't think that one has levels, so I don't think it's that one. So
It's
is it
not that dizzy. I'll describe it to you. So as you go along the
okay?
level, there are these big kind of cotton wool balls that kind of bounce around the level.
Right,
And if you
okay.
touch one of them, the level trips out and it goes all wavy and gets very hard to control.
All right, okay. Oh, I feel like I've played this. Do you know if I've played this?
I don't know.
I
You
really
probably
feel.
haven't. How am I
Don't say I
supposed
probably.
to, how am I supposed to play that?
Right, just for right. I admit I've not got the point. Give us a console so we can not have any dead air.
Well, no, because if I say the console, you'll be like, "Oh, I didn't fucking play that." It's Super
No, no, just say
Nintendo.
that. I've just told you I've not got the point. Right, Super Nintendo. Is it Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island?
Yes,
You didn't get a point.
that
I'm not taking the point
that is what. What? How did you guess that?
because I keep saying this. Although I have not played every game that I own because I've got a lot.
Yeah,
Um, I do know lots about video games, and as soon as you said what console, I can picture the level because I watch and I know how good that game's supposed to be, even though I've not played it.
it's a bloody good game. Okay, didn't get that one. Next one. You should get this. This is peak. Anor Londo.
What
Anor Londo.
is that? All one word?
Anor
An
Londo.
an oar, as in something that you do in a boat. An oar,
No, Anor.
all one
Anor.
word,
Anor Londo.
and then Londo. Well,
Yes.
that's See, you're confusing us because this sounds like it should be Star Wars because there's Andor and there's Lando.
Well, you're
Anor,
clearly not getting this then if you're going into fucking Star Wars
well,
territory.
right, no, no, you're saying Anor Lando. No, Anor Londo.
See, even you just saying it's making me confused now.
Because, well, Anor Londo. I don't know. You said it's epic or something, so it'll be one of your stuff that I've not played. So it's got to be like a Souls like um Dark Souls.
I
But
swear you're looking at the chat.
I'm not. I get it.
People are playing a violin for you on here. Liam's going, I died a bit inside. Connor's saying couldn't be more wrong. Like, I mean, it's the right answer.
All right, no,
Honestly,
no, no, right. See, we have this all the time, right? You always say, "Oh, well, you're wrong. You're stupid." Blah blah blah. But my logic is sound. You said an Orlando, and I didn't say it was a Star Wars game. I said I'm getting confused with Star Wars because there's a place called Andor and there's a character called Lando, and they're both big things in the series. And I said that was confusing me because I couldn't get Star Wars out of my brain. That is good logic. And
yeah,
then when you were like, "This is an epic level. You should get this," you give away the clue. Because
makes sense.
if I have no idea, most of the big games we've both played. So if I have no idea, it's got to be the one that you bang on about all the time. It's changed your life. Come on, next one.
Makes sense to me, mate. I'm on your side. Right.
I got you just fuming because I got the point. You're fuming when I get them right. By the way,
It's
my
just
lights are a bit orange. I haven't got a tan. I've just noticed
it's
that.
just convenient. Weirdly convenient that you're getting these. Anyway, Treasure Trove Cove.
That is Banjo Kazooie.
Hey, we're back on track.
That's how quickly I should have got Wet Dry World.
No
Um,
read in the chat for you.
No, too quick. Chat couldn't get there. I think it's like the second level. There's a big crab, hermit crab that you're fighting there.
Yeah.
That
And you
sounded in
jump.
my head of Kazooie when he does his.
Is that when you jump into the treasure chest to start the level?
No, it's when you jump and you press the Kazooie attack and he pecks 3 times. He does that.
No, yeah, yeah, I've got that. I mean, do you join the level of Treasure Trove Cove by jumping into the treasure chest?
No, all of the levels through the. You got to put the jigsaw pieces in and jump in the painting.
I
There's none like.
swear to God, you jump into a treasure chest for that level.
Okay, you might do.
I don't know. Oh, well
Interesting.
done. Okay. Next one.
Okay.
E1M1 hanger.
E1 M1 hanger. Right. Well, if you're seeing the obvious and stuff, I'm assuming it's got to be a big game. I have no idea. I'm going to think obviously spacey. I'll go with one of the Halos. I don't go from no Mass Effect doesn't have level names. See, this is the good thing is a lot of games now don't have level names, do they? Or they have like because they'll have chapters or what the stories about, blah blah. So I think I'm going to go with a Halo. Where's the hanger? I don't think it's the first one. I'm contemplating this, and it might not even be Halo. I'll go Halo 2.
Nope. It's Doom.
I can tell you're annoyed because normally when we do this, like I can see by your face if I'm miles off, and there you were just like, "Nah, I'm gonna let him make an absolute fool of himself."
I mean, to be
Right?
fair, like Master Chief and Doomslayer, they look pretty similar, so you're not far
Yeah,
off.
yeah, yeah. I'll have it. I'll have
Yeah,
it.
you're not far off. All right, next one. Yarnum.
Oh, I know that one because that's one of the only Souls likes I've played.
Hey,
Is it not? Is it not old Yarnum?
Yarnum.
Okay.
Can be
Well,
old Yarnum. Yarnum.
all right. Okay. Okay. So Yarnum is that the whole place in the name of the game has escaped my head. Oh, Bloodborne.
Hey, well
Is
done.
that the name of the whole place? Or do you
It's
leave
like Great
Yarnum?
Yarnum, Old Yarnum. I can't remember, but it's
So,
Yarnum.
so Yarnum's like the city limits. You are now entering Yarnum,
You know it.
twinned with
Well,
hell.
werewolves and shit. Okay.
Okay.
Future Frenzy.
What? Future
Fu-
Frenzy.
Future Frenzy.
Are you saying future or future?
Future.
Future.
Back to the Future. Future Frenzy.
Future Frenzy. That sounds like it's more of like a platformer type level. and I
Mm,
know you, and you go to type. This is most of the levels have been games that you like, so I'm going to go with a Crash Bandicoot.
yeah, which one?
Oh, you prick. Um, well, I didn't get to it when I tried to live stream how far I could get, but I didn't get very far. So, future, I've definitely eeny, meeny, miny, moe, eeny, meeny, three.
Yeah,
Hey, hey, oh, I
yeah.
want a trio and I want one now.
Out of all of these, I picked this next one for you, and it's the last question.
Yeah, okay, okay. Is this? I hope this is sincere and not a slight at me.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay, okay,
No.
okay. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Flying Battery Zone.
Ah, what a great level! It has such a good song.
You're gonna get us banned again.
Oh, that's so good, isn't it? That is Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
No,
What?
it's Sonic and Knuckles.
No. What am I thinking of? Sky Fortress Sword.
Oh, he got it wrong. Well,
Oh.
that's made my night, hasn't it?
Ah.
And he was so sure, came in singing and
I
everything.
know, I know. Because there'll be people in the chat going, he's singing the wrong song. To be fair, they probably didn't realize what song I was singing.
Well, I don't know any of that. I mean, I only know Green Zone theme tune. So yeah, I didn't know any wiser.
Green Hill Zone, come on.
Well,
I apologize. I apologize, I keep looking off camera. That's the I'm thinking of.
congratulations, you got No Russian, We Don't Go to Ravenholm, Touch Fuzzy Get Dizzy, Anor Londo, Treasure Trove Cove, Yarnum, Future Frenzy. So what, seven? Not bad.
Why are you keeping the score? You never keep the scores just because there's people in trying to be professional.
Special occasion, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
Right, have you thought of your little joke yet?
Oh, you need to do your theme tune now.
Oh God, yeah, I do, yeah. Da da da, yeah, let's close it out. Da 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 da, singing the wrong song to the wrong bloody game.
Right. Okay. Um, so as we know, we are now going to see whether my trivia is better than Boxy's. And obviously Boxy has a theme tune. And as I've mentioned for a few weeks in a row, I've had my theme tune in the studio getting ready.
Is it ready?
We've been waiting bated breath. I think it's a few weeks now I've been mentioning coming having her.
And it's not ready.
I've been really, really trying to make it the best it can before we release it. Like being mastered, EQ'd, all that. Are you ready?
It's not ready, is it?
It's Retro's Trivia. It's Retro's Trivia. A Boxy's in the hot seat thinking survival. Ooh, look out! It's Retro Revival! It's Retro's Trivia. It's Retro's Trivia.
Is that Liam?
That's Liam. That's Liam, who was our first ever guest on the episode. Sent me that a while ago, and when I just took us a while to get to actually be able to play it on the episode. Yeah, so there's I've just if you're voting for who has the best trivia, mine's got an actual theme tune with instruments and a singer who
Thank you,
we
Liam.
yeah.
Did Retro just say give you a spec and just say can you just write anything for us? Or did you
No, he sent that
is that what you
unsolicited.
wanted?
He sent that unsolicited along with pictures of his penis. Um, so that's why it took us so long to get it on. I was making sure the other stuff he sent us was good to go, and it was
It's
absolutely
good and surprisingly not very abusive towards me.
no, no.
I thought your theme tune would just like pile on me like I pile on you every week.
Well, that's the first version. It might evolve as time goes on.
There could be a
Um,
verse or two.
yeah, yeah. Right. I've been looking. I can't think of one off the top of the head, and I'm not going to have a dead air, so I apologize. This is the part of the show where we find out whether Boxy is a true gamer or just the gimp he looks like. So, on. Just going to go straight insult if I can't think of something
Not,
clever.
not even
Um,
trying now. Okay.
no, no, no. And as always with my trivia, I've actually put some thought in. I haven't just said, "Oh, just think of, give me 10 levels." Wrote the name of 10 levels and put them as questions. I've actually put some thought into it. So I call this round of trivia end links. And I got the thought of it by watching links of sausages being made. So I'm going to give you trivia questions, but there will be clues because the end of the answer will link in to the start of the next question's answer. It will make sense as it goes on. So your first question, and I'm not going for hard, I'm just going for smart. Which GTA DLC was about a dancing homosexual?
The Ballad of Gay Tony.
The Ballad of Gay Tony. And he does actually dance in there, and he is homosexual, so no one was offended at that. And also, ballad is a dance, and gaming's homosexual. So the name as well infers it. So leave me alone. Question two, then.
Hmm.
Which PS1 game had Bruce Willis as the main character at the start of development due to the company previously making the game Apocalypse, which is a great PS1 shooting game with Bruce Willis phoning in a really bad voice acting. If he just doesn't care, he was just like, give us some money, and I'll just say some stuff into a mic, really half-assed, like this here, but we don't get money.
Right, I'm into confused territory now. So the last word of the last answer forms the
I didn't
start of
didn't say a word. I just said the last part will help you.
Tony.
I'm not going
Or,
to. You've already got the clues in the brilliantly crafted round. I'm not going to give you any more help.
well, no, because this doesn't make sense. Because is it the Ballad of Gay Tony the answer, or is it the Ballad of Gay Tony Grand Theft Auto or
You've
Grand
had your
Theft Auto?
question. You've had your question. Answer
Right.
it.
Can I have the question again? Because you're getting me all confused with Bruce Willis and PS1, and I don't know what's going on.
Which PS1 game had Bruce Willis as the main character due at the start of development due to the company previously making the game Apocalypse?
Well, I'm just going to guess Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
Well done. It is Tony Hawk's because Neversoft made Apocalypse. So Tony, Tony Hawk's. Super. You're getting it now. Your
Clever.
next question. Tom Clancy is slapped on anything now. Which game saw his name being slapped on Razorbacks, Mirages, and Raptors?
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
Ooh.
Skater.
Ooh.
Skater. Yeah. Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell.
Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell. No, it wasn't Tom
Ghost,
Clancy's. What?
Ghost Recon.
Which links into Tony Hawk's in what way?
I don't know.
The answer,
Everyone's just as confused as I am.
the answer was Hawks.
Hawks.
Yeah, the Tom Clancy playing game, aerial duels, dogfights in the air.
Was that Tom Clancy?
Yeah, it's
He's
just
a he's
his
a
name gets.
whore, isn't he? He puts his
He's,
name to absolutely everything.
I don't know if they've got his consent. They just do anything now. Like I feel like there'll be like Tom Clancy's ramen simulation game coming out soon.
Is he still alive?
I don't know. I don't want to. Every time when I'm streaming and stuff like that, I accidentally off people. I did it with Tim Rice. Tim Rice? No, is it Tim Rice?
What, the writer?
No, Space. Who's that? Tim Curry.
Oh, right. Tim Rice wrote Blackadder, I
Korean Korean rice.
think. Get on with the next shit question.
Oh, I can't believe. Yeah, I accidentally killed him, and I think Morgan Freeman once. So no, I'm not going to off Tom Clancy, mate. Right. Anyway, the next one, the Razorbacks, Mirages, and Raptors are all the names of the planes in the game, by the way. Next question: which tactical-based franchise sees you fighting off alien invasion?
XCOM.
Oh, he's getting it. You're getting it now. X Hawks. It ends with an X because it's cool in that one. It's
Yeah.
XCOM. And I just bought an XCOM game today. Where's it in my pile? XCOM Enemy Unknown. Game number 638, I think, in the Xbox collection.
Never
Anyway,
tried them. Strategy ain't my jam.
oh, I forgot I'd put this in, but I've spoiled the question a little bit. Um, which series is this iconic line from? Space by Tim Rice.
Tim Curry.
What game is that from?
And it starts with cum.
Doesn't it always? Doesn't it always? So XCOM was your last answer.
Oh, Command Red Alert.
I
Command
give you it's
Alert?
command and conquer.
Command and yeah.
Um, um.
Stunned silence.
Oh, right.
This is
Okay.
going to
Okay.
be
Because because I couldn't work out the link on the next one. So good luck.
good.
I'm looking at the answer going. Right. Which Nintendo character do you not want sucking you off?
Cur is it Concur? Red
Yeah.
Alert. Cur
Command and conquer.
Conquers Bad Fur Day.
No. No. It
Conk
was Cur.
Concur. Cur
Cur.
Kirby.
Kirby.
He'd be the best for sucking you off.
We take all your powers. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
but
That's his thing, isn't it?
and your heart as well.
Now that is a good way to go. Suck your heart through a hose pipe. Right, and on that note,
Hold on, we should go back to this. Kirby is not the worst one to give your head. You should have said like the Chomp from Super Mario 64.
right, here we go. Right, okay, so I was going from Command and Conquer to Kirby. What would your question have been? I thought of the game before I thought of the question. What would your answer have been?
Kerr,
Yeah.
Kerr.
Oh, it could have been Kerbal Space Program. That could
What's
have been
that?
another game. You never played Kerbal Space Program? I've not, but I know about it.
Surprisingly, no, I haven't.
It's a game it looks quite like um cartoony and stuff like that, and like it's going to be silly, but you basically make a spaceship to get to space, but it's like ridiculously true to life. Like if you know how to do this, you could actually probably design a spacecraft. It's anyway, yeah.
There you
Um,
go.
so what would your Kirby question have been? Big
I,
bollocks.
c- I wouldn't have chosen this trivia round anyway because it's too
No, because you
complicated.
just went, I'll just Google trivia, get some level names.
Well, yeah,
You used to put effort in.
when I
You
do
used to,
put effort in, you just make fun of it. I was actually tempted to do Tinder round 3,
mate.
or I had this
See,
idea
you
of
say
me.
no. You say you put effort in, but all you do is get horny and make even when it was about what they were wearing, you got horny about a wardrobe.
I'm sorry for enjoying my work.
This is work, is it?
But my other idea was I was going to do impressions of video game characters in other video games, and you had to guess which character it was and which level we were. But we might save that for the 100th episode.
But the whole point is, how you can't do an impression of me, and I've sat across from me a 50 episode. Just by the way, this isn't the 50th episode because we do another bonus episode, which we've done 30 odd of, and our first episodes were double length. So we're near to 100, but that sums us up. Anyway, you just do crap impressions, whereas I'd probably reach out to our fellow friend Sam, who was on the episode, who's a voice actor, and get him to do them. That's the difference between our trivia, and that's why if you listen to this on the poll, vote for Retro Revival as the best trivia um, creator. And on that note, another reason, do you want to hear the theme tune outro?
I do, yeah. If there's an outro,
It's not the same. You ready?
go for it.
Strap in.
That was Retro's Trivia. That was Retro's Trivia. Was it good or was it kinda crap? Did it leave you thinking, how was I supposed to know that? It was Retro's Trivia. That was Retro's Trivia.
Thank you again to Liam, the Vinyl Gamer. He was our first ever guest and now immortalised on our 50th episode with a lovely theme tune.
It was beautiful, Liam. We're going to keep using that, I think.
We are. Only I can use it though because it says Retro's Trivia, not Boxy's. And even if he makes you one and sends you one, you don't have the technology or put the effort in to make it so it would play on the episode, do you?
I didn't hear that. What?
Yeah, or whatever. Right, let's move on. So, as we said, this episode we're going to be answering your questions. So we've been getting questions in from you guys on the TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube. Not so much YouTube. I forgot to upload the last few videos. And on Spotify. If you don't follow us already, at 30 something gamers, 30 something gamers, drop us a follow over there. We let you know things that are happening, all that jazz. But we have been asking, and we are going through those questions. I do have to say thank you for all the questions we've got in. I put all mine on to sort of go through in the episode, and I thought that's too many to really go through. I'll highlight the ones that I think are good, and I'm gonna ask. And I think I highlighted basically a question from every single person who'd sent one in because they were really good questions. So I'm going to start off with one I think is one that is really easy to answer and good to start off with, which was from Elite Games, who said, "How did you and Boxy meet?"
Oh,
And it's a simple one. We were both in a lineup for for sexual assault, and the question is, who was the actual perpetrator? Mm.
or do you want the real story?
You do the real story then. Yeah. Go on.
I think I dropped you a message or two just saying like,
Whoa, whoa! Are you taking the glory for starting this?
no,
I sent you a message first.
you did, but before that, I would hit you up every now and then and just be like, love your stuff.
I don't think you did. I think
I
that's lies.
did.
I don't know how far. I don't know how far it goes back, but I don't know. I don't
Oh, I
know.
can't keep up with all these people who message me saying they love my stuff.
No, just your message thread. I can click on you and go back. Yeah, that's how technology works, Grandad.
It's who you
Anyway,
know. It's who you know in this game. Yes, you messaged me and just said, "Oh, wouldn't it be fun if we did this thing?" And I was just like, "What? Sounds like a bit of a time killer. I've got nothing on." And then we had a nice little chat, didn't we?
we did. As timing goes, and we still haven't met each other in person.
No.
So we haven't technically met in IRL. He could be an AI, but we know AI can make far more human looking than Boxy at the minute. So we know that that's not true. Yeah, we just basically I really enjoyed the stuff that Boxy makes on TikTok and stuff. And I was thinking about doing a podcast. I know that I couldn't do it on myself by myself. That's a sentence somewhere. So I messaged him because I really appreciated him and his content. And we just firstly had a phone call to see whether because we'd never talked before, would it work, or were we just going to sort of not have that chemistry, and then just started recording? And you can probably tell that if you listen back to episode one, that we've never really talked to each other before
No.
we started that. So it's a relationship that you've seen blossom live for yourselves.
Yeah, no, it's been good. And I suppose it's been helpful that like we didn't really know each other because then you can have conversations and stories that you never heard before and it
Yeah,
doesn't get
yeah,
stale. But yeah, those first few episodes are rocky if
yeah.
you fancy a trip back to the past.
And the 2 hours long.
I know they're so bloody long. Like
Yeah, I
I
hope
remember
that.
we'd do recording sessions, it'd be like the middle of the night when we'd finish. It's like, oh, for fuck's sake. And now
Yeah,
even an hour feels way too long now. But never mind.
yeah,
Should
yeah,
we do a gaming question?
yeah. Have you got a game on one?
I do. I think it's from Dave. If there was a game you could emotionally detach yourself from, which one would it be?
Emotionally detach myself from. In
Yeah.
what way? Like, because it's so I can reattach myself to it, like, or so like.
Well, I know the answer for you.
Okay, go ahead then. What's my answer?
GoldenEye. If you emotionally attached yourself
Ah,
from
right.
that game,
Okay.
you'd realize what a steaming pile of crap it is.
I'm sure. Have you seen? You won't, do you? Do you watch any of my YouTube long form stuff?
No,
No.
surprisingly.
So I've posted a video where I say GoldenEye is not the greatest game of all time, and it's actually everything and nothing, which you were the person who suggested me on that. So I don't
Me.
have nostalgia glasses, but I do see that. GoldenEye could be one. If you mean take away that emotional nostalgia for it, so you can sort of think, oh, this is crap. I shouldn't be playing it. Yeah, I see that. There's a lot of Mega Drive ones that are really ropey that I used to
Yeah.
play as a kid and like sort of loved because it's all like you had and stuff. But I think if I took like because I look at a lot of the SNES games and stuff, and because I didn't play them as a kid, I just go, this is awful. But I know for a fact the same as me. If I'd played them, I wouldn't like it. So yeah, I'll go with GoldenEye. What would yours be then? What's a game
Mario
that you
6,
think?
Mario 64. Not that I think it's bad,
Why?
but I'm looking at emotionally detach yourself from it at a different angle because I love that game so much because that was the game that I grew up on and spent years playing. Like
It causes problems in your relationship. You love it that much. Is that what you're saying? So you want to?
pretty much.
Okay.
But I think if I could take myself out of it, because a lot of people do complain about that game hasn't aged well, but I don't see it personally. I still think it plays fantastically.
Well,
Uh,
I'm gonna play it soon because I mentioned a couple episodes ago I got the 3D All Stars.
oh yeah,
I got that. We've just me and the boyo has just finished Super Mario Galaxy this today. So we are gonna. He wants to do the one with the water pack on the back, so we'll do Sunshine. And then I'm gonna move on that one. So I will see whether it's with new controls, whether I think it's held up. Because I think it will have.
I think it does, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of stuff out there saying, I mean, the camera's a bit janky and all that kind of stuff. But
Mm.
again, emotionally detached because I can experience it again because I'm so locked into that game now
Yeah.
that it would be nice to go back to it fresh.
Yeah. Well, I've got another one about sort of more the podcast. We got a couple of questions in from the Good Port Gaming podcast. Who it's
Shout out.
good game Dan and poetic. I was gonna say justice. It's not poetic justice, is it? Not
Poetic.
poetic. Poetic. I just call him poetic, so I forgot. We'll call him poetic. You are now poetic justice from now on. There's a couple of questions. One I like was because I was thinking I don't know if you've got one of these. What's the maddest moment you've had podcasting so far? Have you had? Because I was thinking when I saw that, I thought, have I had a mad moment?
What,
Like,
like a bomb goes off or something? What does that
well,
mean?
well, no, like because when I thought about it, I thought, yeah, I've got one now. Which, if we keep making this and it sort of hopefully gets bigger, I mean, it's mad that people have listened for so long and looking at numbers on Spotify and stuff like that. Like, sort of, do you know what I mean? How many people listen a month? That to me is mad. But the maddest moment of podcasting I have isn't actually to do with this podcast, but it's probably because of this podcast. Because recently I was on an episode of Press X to Continue,
So your
which
anecdote, have you had it?
yeah, but I would if it
Craziest
wasn't.
moment on the podcast, and you're talking about someone else's
No,
bloody
because the
podcast.
question is, what is the maddest moment you've had podcasting so far? It didn't say this the us, but I wouldn't have had that if it wasn't for this podcast. Because firstly, I wouldn't have felt like comfortable doing it, and secondly, I probably wouldn't have been spotted by one of the producers who sort of reached out and said, "Do you want to be on it?" But it's mad for me because, like, sort of, um, the the presenter of that is Stefan Thomas, who is a BBC presenter and who was the gaming correspondent for BBC and does a lot of stuff there. The co-host is Anel, who is an actor. He does a lot of stuff on CBeebies, so I see him on TV all the time because my boys watch CBeebies. And then there was like a professional comedian on who's got like a show reel and stuff. And I was sitting there like little old me, just thinking. Obviously, they did a retro episode, and I've got a retro collection, but that felt mad to me. Like I was
Mm.
in that situation, and that's come from this podcast. And obviously, they probably con at us and thought, out of the two of them, who's really good. And obviously, it was
What is
me.
that?
That was just making sure that our live was real. So if you're hearing that on Spotify, it's just I had to fill in a jigsaw to tell them that I wasn't AI.
Right. Well,
What's
thank
your
you for
maddest
that.
moment?
No, no, no. Congratulations for plugging a podcast which sounds a hell of a lot more better than our one.
It's professional, very professional.
You heard it here first. Tom's favorite moment is talking on someone else's podcast. Right.
I didn't see if that. All right, okay, go on. You can understand why that. Yeah, but it's to
Well, for
do
the
with our
record,
podcast.
I don't get many requests to go on people's podcasts. But
All right.
nice that you're getting the infamy. Never
Yep.
mind. No, nothing mad. I mean, I've needed a shit a few times while we've been recording. I mean, I've had to
Oh,
call it a day. But apart from
okay.
that,
Okay.
the very few times I've managed to get your Game Buster, whatever the hell it's called.
Yes, yes, that is great. Anyway, I know I've got a few more questions than you, so I want to ask a quick one from Sam Vinyl and Games, who said sorry he can't get on
Okay.
to watch or re-listen later. He said amazing to reach 50 episodes. A quick fire question one, so we don't run too late. Which game would you love to play again for the first time?
Shadow of Colossus.
For me, I think Last of Us. I was thinking Final Fantasy VII, but I'm thinking if I played it now, that there's obviously hasn't aged as well as if you went into The Last of Us. And Last of Us has been released 700 times, so it's up to date. Uh, there we go. You got a question there, Boxster?
Yeah. Five games that at least everyone should play once.
Okay, do it
That's
between us.
This is from a guy called Glenn, who's great, wonderful supporter.
Yeah, no blend. Go on then. Five between us. You can go first. You can have three because your question. I'll take two.
Okay. For story, I'll go Walking Dead season one.
Okay, what on Dead Season 1? I will go for. Oh, I've got to go for the. I've got to put the Last of Us in there.
boring. All right.
What? Boring. I've got to be niche and out there and unique. I can't put in any mainstream games. Just
No,
tell us the games.
it's a good game. It's just a bit like cliche in it. It's like, all right. I will say
It's not cliche. It's just
Outlast.
good.
Outlast.
Outlast. In the
Outlast are
5 games
fun.
you've got to play over
Yes.
Alien Isolation.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So I'm not going to go any like horror games and stuff like that. Then if you've got that one in, so we've got Outlast, Last of Us, Walking Dead season 1. I feel like we've got nothing platformery. What would I put in platformery? Oh no. I'm gonna go Streets of Rage 2 for good old fashioned just arcade. Here's a game that you pick up and you can play at any point and have 10, 15, 20, however much fun you want with it. The game should be fun.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Mm.
And Liam says Crash Bandicoot 4.
Oh, Gary's
Uh,
mentioned Secret of Mana. I've never played that one. It's an old
no, I've never played. You'd probably
SNES
like it.
RPG.
You'd
More than
like
you,
it because
yeah.
it's turn-based shit, isn't it? Um, I'll say Silent Hill 2, the OG.
Silent Hill 2. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay, well we go. You put in 2 horror games. I said I'm not going to put another horror game in. And then you decided to put another one in.
Well,
So,
3 horror games technically because Walking Dead.
for Christ's sake, yeah. Yeah. He likes it nice. Oh, Witcher 3. I'm going to replace Last of Us with Witcher 3 because it's got story and just the size and the scale and
Yeah, I agree with that, Little Vix.
yeah.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah, I'll swap that over. Anyway, this one isn't so much as a question because we're not going to answer it. Because if you do want to have a joyous time, listen to every one of our episodes just once for a little bit. It'll help our numbers. You don't have to listen for long. Go down to the comments and look for a comment from someone called Gary Brown. I don't know whether it's got his full name on Spotify. It might say Gary, but Gary is a very good supporter of mine, and he has been for a long time. To the point where he's the guy who slept on the mattress behind me. Nothing went inside him that he knows of. But every single episode, and this I was talking to him last weekend, and he went, "Your podcast go on a bit, doesn't it?" And he doesn't listen because he enjoys it. He listens because he wants to support, and I don't know whether that's good or bad or what. But every single episode, he will put on an over the top, smushy comment about how our podcast that episode has changed his life. So go and have a look at them. They are funny to read because his question was, how do you guys come up with your fantasy ideas and an impressive execution of such amazing episodes? I'm not going to answer it because he's a dickhead. So the question I am going to mention, and I'm going to read out what he wrote first because it will massage our egos, and that's the only reason we're here. It's
Yeah.
from Relzy, who is a great creator. Drop him a follow if you don't already. Does a lot of fine fantasy stuff on TikTok, YouTube, that stuff. And he has his own podcast, EFK, which is clever, away from kids instead of away from keyboard. And he says, "Hi, mate, hope you're well. Send the questions here. He's got a few." And he said, first of all, get ready, Artie. Get ready to be at full mast. First of all, mate, love the podcast. Love the dedication you two bring. I look forward to the new episodes. I'm driving to work and back and can honestly say I must have listened to 90% of everything you guys have produced. I'm genuinely laughing along in the car like an absolute loser and feel like I'm geeking out with you both. Now for the questions.
That's nice, isn't it?
Isn't it? Isn't it? And the self-fellatio is allowed. We've sort of had that one, so we're going to take that one out.
Great
But
start.
because he had 2 good questions.
Right,
So,
okay, go on.
said if this podcast and gaming culture disappeared overnight, gaming culture's gone, what would you see yourself doing instead? Now, I'm not assuming he means as jobs, because obviously we'd still have the same jobs and stuff like that. But obviously we must have some sort of creative scratch we need to itch we need to scratch. That's how the saying goes. Inside us, and we do that through gaming and podcasts and stuff like that. If we didn't have these, what do you think you would do?
Drumming.
But
Yeah,
you drum now anyway.
I do, but I don't take it as seriously as I I maybe could have done back. Like I was growing up, I was always kind of in 2 minds about whether I take it serious because I turned down an opportunity to be on cruise ships, and then
Ooh,
I've had like opportunities where I could have done more with drumming.
look at
But
his
I
little face.
always
Just
kind of turned them down.
drop that as a subtle little bracket. I could have been on cruise ships, Me, I could have
Not-
been the backing drummer for Jane McDonald.
Yeah, working on cruise ships ain't as cracked up it is to be.
How do you know you didn't take the job?
No, but there's these video diary things that you can find on YouTube, and
Do you watch them and cry? What could have been when you put the bins out? That could have been me in Barbados, jazz drumming behind Ian McDonald.
I'm trying to give quite a sensitive answer here, and you're just taking a dump all over it.
Go on then. Go on then. Go on then. Go on.
No, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I probably would be doing more drumming, but being the life of a traveling musician who plays in bands and stuff is not all it's cracked up to be. It's actually pretty fucking depressing.
I see you as
So,
like a Mr. Bojangles type character in a jail cell, like being paid quarters to dance. Drum for me, bitch, drum.
right.
Jazz, you know what it is? As you said in an early episode, what do you call the someone who hangs around with musicians? The drummer, and then second, like jazz drumming, it's just you know I'm winding you
You're dead on. Yeah.
up.
No pushback on that one. Well, what would you do?
I think if game and culture speak, it hasn't mentioned film. I think it would definitely be film. Like I always think back now. I've been thinking recently about why the games I love always tend to be single player, narrative based, and stuff like that. And I loved reading as a kid, and I was read to by my parents, by my grandparents, like every night, like, and that gave me a real love for like story and narrative and stuff like that. And that's probably why I like gaming as well because it helps me with my ADHD have that, but then the controlling them and blah 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 takes away the need to fidget and stuff like that. So probably something to do with film or something to do with footy. I think something like that.
Oh, you could have made Kez the sequel.
Why I'm not from Manchester.
Yeah. Okay, my turn.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I've got the name of the person right on this one because I don't want to exclude them. But the question was, what is non-game related? What is our favorite film and our favorite album?
A favorite film and a favorite album. A favorite film for me. I love so many films.
And it's
So
from
many.
it's from Retro Sega 81. Who has
Oh,
a
hello,
pod
Red
who
Room.
has a pod with Chesterfield.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I've been on that one. I'm just a whore. I'm everywhere. Um, so let me think. Film. See, it's hard because I have like, can I give you a couple, but in genres, and then give you an
Sorry,
order
no,
like that?
Yorkshire Gamers, sorry.
Oh,
Pandy corrected me on that one. Apologies.
yeah. Yorkshire, Chesterfield, same thing. Um, a comedy, comedy would have to be Step Brothers or Airplane. Um, sci-fi, The Fifth Element. Like, it's the Fifth Element.
The
I've got
Fifth Element.
a great film.
I mean, it's a good
Great
film, but
film.
it's not like top tier, is it?
I'm just giving you a few things. I'm like, right, okay, then I'll go away before you just shit all over me answers. I'd say Forrest Gump. I
Yeah,
love
I like Gump.
Forrest Gump. Great film. And my favorite album, it would have to be The Best of the Beatles.
Is that just an
That's
Alan
an Alan
Partridge
Partridge
quote?
joke. Yeah. You tell us your favorite film while I have a think, because the album one's harder for me.
Yeah, there's a few. I love There Will Be Blood with Daniel Day-Lewis. That's such a good film.
Is that
Whip
Avatar, but with
Oil.
with Native Americans? Oh, I'm thinking
No,
Dances with Wolves. Dances with Wolves is Avatar. South Park
fucking
made that
hell.
joke.
That's Disney's Pocahontas retro. Um, no, There Will Be Blood is just a story about an oil tycoon. Whiplash, I love Whiplash. That's such a good film.
That about a
Goodfellas.
drummer.
Yes, a drummer in a jazz band.
Not one other person who isn't a drummer has said Whiplash is one of the best films of all time.
Excuse me, chat, back me up here. Whiplash is such a fucking good film.
Not even seen it.
Liam will definitely back me up on that. I know he will.
Hasn't it got the Spider-Man media mogul shouting at a man to drum until he cries?
James Jonah Jameson.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's so good. He won an Oscar. Phenomenal role.
should have won for Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's in Liam's top five. Thank you, Liam. Uh, Goodfellas, love Goodfellas.
Goodfellas, great film.
Yeah,
God, we're gonna
that's
get the
what.
papers. Get the papers. Is that from
Yeah,
there? Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Johnny
Johnny
two
two
times or
times.
something like
Yeah, yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Album. Let It Bleed, Rolling Stones. I love that album. Um, I really like Costello Music by the Fratellis. That was like my growing up album.
Yeah, I think I'd have to pick something like sort of see my grown up albums. I just try to like be cool, so I like get stuff that like the albums that I've listened the most to are not like my favorite albums of all time. I've never been an album person. I don't know if
Uh,
I mentioned this, but I used to be a DJ, and I just have like a,
is your
every
favorite Cotton Eye Joe?
it is the Rednecks.
Agadoo.
I do have on vinyl Black Lace, Party Hits, Agadoo, Superman. I tell you what it is, Conga.
Come on
Um,
and do the
I'm gonna,
conga.
you know what it is, because like, oh, here we go then. One album that I still love now, has to be Marshall Mathers LP,
Yeah,
because I listened to that growing up, and that like, it wasn't like just trying to fit in or anything. Like that is a great album, great
it's
album.
a theatre show. It's like so much
Yeah,
theatrics in that album.
yeah.
Like I was really young when that came out, and I remember listening to
Oh, 2 years younger than us.
Kim, and being terrified. Do you remember the
Yeah,
track Kim where he's
yeah,
killing
yeah,
her in it? And
yeah.
I was
Because
honestly
they've got the little
terrified.
clips of like with the lawyer and stuff and phone conversations in between and stuff as well, haven't they?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like a proper
it's a great
narrative.
album, and I always think that I always feel like because I love all types of music, but I always feel like well, rap and stuff isn't my like sort of biggest and hip hop and things like that are my biggest sort of lover when it comes to music. But I always think an album that isn't in your favorite genre of music tends to be your favorite because you're
Mm.
less bored of it. I don't know.
Yeah, I like Stankonia by Outkast, which had Miss Jackson on it, and I love
Sorry, Smith Jackson. Woo!
Woo!
That one.
Right, let's get
Yeah.
back to gaming because we're talking about flipping film and music and like
Yeah.
not what this podcast's
Well,
about.
we said they could ask anything we wanted to. That's what they want to know. That's what they
We
want to
did,
know.
yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
So here's one that's more about the podcast than gaming. Really, it said Chesterfield gamer, who is Mark, who is a really kind of guy. So a couple of questions, but sort of around the same field. So it says, what keeps you both motivated to keep doing the podcast and content, etc. And how do you cope with the ups and downs of being a content creator? Which I think is a really cool one. I think is a very apt one at the minute because obviously when you do content creation and TikTok and stuff like that, obviously we started doing that before the podcast and things. It changes all the time. I think I've been doing it 2 and a bit, 3 years maybe now, and I
Mm,
think it's a hard time for a lot of creators in the at the minute because it feels like TikTok was your ideal place to get seen by new people and to be put out there. And there's other places like YouTube and stuff like that, but you've got to grind and keep going like that, which is fine. You know, it is that it's acceptable that you have to do that, and that's what I'm doing at the minute actually through YouTube and stuff. But TikTok has really dropped off for me in a sort of as a discovery platform. If you're not selling stuff or you're not, like you say, begging for gifts and things like that, in regards to how many people are getting sent to, I've just seen that in my analytics and stuff from how many people I get pushed to when I stream something I did exactly the same a year ago. Um, and I think that's hard. But for me, ups and downs, you've just got to enjoy what you're doing. And recently, I'm recently medicated when it comes to my ADHD, and it's helped me to sort of slow down a little bit with my thoughts and things like that. And I was doing streaming on top of all my life, which I've mentioned before. I was doing streaming, I was doing TikTok shorts and things like that. I was keeping an Instagram thingy going, which was basically reproduced content, but it was still there. I was trying to do YouTube long form stuff. I was doing the podcast. I was running Discord. I was doing all those things. Um, and when I slowed down and the medication helped me sort of put things in perspective and all of that, those types of things, I realized I was doing lots of things not to the best of my ability. And I wasn't enjoying it because I was thinking I need to get something out this month on my YouTube channel. I need to get a video out, 2 videos out a day. On my TikTok, I need to stream 3 times a week at least and stuff like that. And it was becoming, this is what I have to do. And I took a step back and was like, what am I enjoying? And I really enjoy streaming because I enjoy the camaraderie and the community I've built up. However, I've got my Discord, so I'm still keeping contact with them, and I'm still going to dip into streaming. And ultimately, I want to start streaming properly like I was again, but it has to sort of be financially and time wise viable for that. But I thought I really enjoy being creative, so I've started making long form stuff on YouTube and step back from the TikToks. My TikTok shorts now tend to be from my YouTube videos, and the streaming I've stepped back from, and I keep in contact with lots of people from my Discord through the Discord. And the podcast was a no brainer because when it comes to the podcast, what keeps me motivated is I love doing it. I love every week, Boxy, when we just sort of have an idea of what we're going to talk about. We just start record and we just talk to each other, just like talking to a mate, and talk about something that with my friends and stuff that I have in my sort of close circle. They're not as into games and stuff as you are and as my community is. Just being to have that outlet and just a laugh. So when I am at the minute thinking, oh, I'm not going to do as many TikTok shows about that, the podcast for me is never a sort of a question because I just love doing it. You've got at the minute you've got to love doing what you're doing, and I think that comes through. And I think if you do love what you're doing, you're more likely to be successful.
Very nice answer.
What are you going to say? By the way, I want to end it. This is my last episode.
Well, it's as we reach the 50th, why carry on? No, yeah, yeah, I agree with a lot of that. You know, as long as you enjoy it, that's the main thing. I mean, I kind of go a different direction than you. Like I try and not post that often. Maybe like one a week.
Mhm,
That's
mhm.
that's plenty for me. I don't really have a lot
Plenty
to
for us.
say. Yeah, like I admire anyone who can post 3, 4 times a day, but I just don't have anything to say, unfortunately. I'm really not that
The
interesting.
man I have made 50 podcast episodes with, I don't really have much to say.
Yeah, but that's spread out over the course of like a year. Like, I mean, if you're talking to me every single day, like my life isn't that exciting. But yeah, like I'd rather just put my efforts into maybe one video a week, and that's plenty for me. As well, just because I used to be, well, I still am, but like incredibly anxious. But just having a perspective of like it's all just a laugh, and
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. Like the world's not going to burn down. It doesn't matter if people don't like you or anything like that. As long as you're having fun and you enjoy it. And sitting similar to you, I don't know that many people in my close circle who are into gaming, so this is just a nice extra, you know, like I can just have a conversation with you and get all the points off my chest and then save it for like the next time we meet and it's a nice release. Going
yeah,
back to
it is.
penises again.
Yeah, as always. And I always think as well, I always think this. I think there's a great man called Regis Lebris. Do you know who he is, Boxy?
Pardon?
Regis Lebris. Do you know who he is?
No.
He's the amazing Frenchman that took Sunderland from the Championship up to the Premier League, and
Yeah,
has given us the
I'm glad
as
I don't know who the hell
shut
that
up,
is.
shut up, shut up. He's given us the opportunity next week to get European football for the first time since 1973, and every single match afterwards. And Granit Xhaka, do you know who Granit Xhaka is?
Can we please stop talking about football?
Sunderland captain. But every time
Hang on a
they
minute. Hang
so
on a
right,
minute.
stop. No,
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 I
no,
mean,
no, no,
no,
no.
no, I'm like, every time they do a match and they keep doing, we outdoing expectations at the minute, and people talk about Europe, they get asked, "Are you thinking about Europe now?" And both of them say, "Stay humble," because they think about we've just all we wanted at the start of the season was to stay up, and now we're going to finish really high. People are like, "Oh, just remember we've done what we want and enjoy everything." And I think that if you look back to a year or a couple of years ago of what you had content creation wise and stuff like that, and you look to where you are now, you would have killed to have that. Um, it came simple with this podcast. Obviously, we're going on just over a year. If we look at our numbers now, obviously you always want to move forward, but you just think, Christ, we've came a really long way. Just enjoy it.
Yeah, wonderful metaphor. Shame you had to bring football into it.
Right, okay, I've got two more questions left because we have run over, but it's a 50th episode special, so that's absolutely fine. I've got one from the Ugly Hairy Troll, which is he says he's a troll, but he's a lovely guy. And there's
He
two.
is, but it's a nice balance because he does verge on troll,
He
and
does, but
he's a
he
really
trolls
nice
in a nice way.
he's a really
Yeah,
nice
yeah,
guy as well. So
yeah.
it's a wonderful balance of the two.
So his question is there a game and take that you both fully agree on? And is there one disagreement that made you think this guy is a bell? So I answer these two quickly while you are thinking, because I know you'll want to think of them. There are a lot of things that me and Boxy agree on, loads of things. Um, but obviously, some of them come out obviously on the podcast and things like that. But people want to normally hear us the things that we disagree about because it makes if everyone just like, oh, this game's great, yeah, it's great. Oh, have a wank fest over it. It's pointless. So we do agree with a lot, and we mention them a lot of times on the episode. Um, but obviously, we when we get no disagreement, I think and to be fair, naturally you talk longer about something that you disagree on because you're trying
Mm.
to prove the other point. So I think people think that we disagree about everything, but we don't actually. But the one thing that makes me think this guy is a bell isn't like a sort of a one point or anything like that. It's the fact with his boarding school voice, right? And he sounds all posh and stuff, and I'm northern and that. That like he has this air of I'm right and I'm sophisticated, and you'll say things wrong all the time. And I know for a fact, like there's people in the chat or there's people listening to the episode will agree with them and go with them to the point where one time he said something wrong on like, and he just moves on. He'll just move on, like, well, no, like a politician. Well, no, I'm not wrong. I'm going to continue on, even when he's wrong. But people will believe him because he has the voice, and that annoys me. And just because I sound like I'm from Sunderland, people are like, well, he's the thick one, and he that makes me think you're a bellend.
So it's not really a gaming take, it's just attacking my personality.
Yeah.
Okay.
But to be fair, if I'm going to think someone's a bellend, it's normally to do with their personality. If someone says I don't like this game, I'm not going to think they're a bellend. But if someone says the wrong year, and I say that's not what you said in the question, and you go yes it was, and then continue on, and I edit the podcast to prove you said the wrong thing, and you never apologise, bellend.
Mm. I mean, just for those listeners, that's a callback to like episode 5 or something like that. So when he's saying I
Because
make mistakes all the time, he's literally talking about maybe 1 or 2 times.
because
And most
I don't put them in anymore because I'm not wasting my time editing the episode when you don't reference them. So you don't, I make you wrong. So whatever. What's
you are
what's
getting,
your what's your why do you think I'm a bellend?
I can see it in your pale face. You're getting cross.
And this is why he's called a troll. He's a nice guy, but he causes this type of stuff. Go on.
Anyway, yeah, that was Liam's episode. Well done, Liam. What did we agree on? I don't know, but what we didn't agree on, it was one of your first takes, and I was just like, "What the fuck are you on about?" You said that Road Rage was better than Hit and Run.
Oh well, calling back to other good podcasts. I mentioned this in the Press X to Continue Discord. It
Plugging
was
another
mentioned on
person's
episode.
podcast again. Well done. Right?
Go and listen to the episode retro special. Um, and then and it got my comment in the Discord got reposted to their Instagram story, and that like of everyone like, what? Why have we caused a war here? It's a valid point. Road Rage is better than Hit and Run. We're
But
not going
that's
to
not.
start it now. We're not going to start it now.
But that's
Go and
just your
listen.
opinion.
No, it's not. It's fact.
How is it a fact?
Because if you were going to go back to a game now, you would have more fun with Road Rage for 20 minutes than you would
You
with
know
Hit
what
and
we
Run.
should have done? We should have looked up the Metacritic scores on both of them and just put it to bed. Which one did better?
Now, we've agreed how bad Metacritic scores are on multiple episodes. So the person who lost would have the opportunity just to say, that's crap. Anyway, the last question to tie out the episode. It feels like he's been here in the episode. Is from Liam, the Vinyl Gamer.
Before we do the last one, which is probably a very sensible question, can I do one dumb one?
Go on then.
Uh, who would win in a fight between me and you?
Me.
That was from Edge.
No question. There is no matter how many people take like your side over mine all the time, I would fucking knock you. I'd
What are
put
you
you in
gonna
the
do?
I'd put you
Sit
in the
on me?
ground. I will. I will. After I've pulverized your feet, I would destroy you. A curb stomp.
Are you gonna
That's
throw some games at me that you haven't played?
See, because you'll be giving like witty remarks and getting out your white glove to slap me in the face and besmirch my honor, and I'd have already kicked you in the balls and curb stomped stupid face.
Pandy
I
says Hit and Run got higher on Metacritic. So there you go. Let's put that one to
yeah.
bed, isn't it?
I'm not 5'5".
Tom is
I'm not
5'5".
6'3". 6'3". Well, I'm a 6'2" and 3/4.
It'd be a nice little David and Goliath story. I'll just kick you in the knee or something and you'll go down.
I would batter you. I'm not going to. I love you, but I would batter you.
Don't throw your chips at me.
And I know it is. It wouldn't even take much provocation.
All right, get on with your last sensible question then.
Have you noticed how he hasn't? You haven't come back to that and say no. I think I'd have a chance.
Quiet confidence. I'm like, I'm like Bruce.
People might think you're smarter, but there's no way anyone thinks I wouldn't batter. See, this is the same thing with the voices. People will assume I can batter you because you sound like you're from boarding school, and I sound like I'm from a
Northern.
Yeah, it works both ways. Boxing match for episode 100. Book it in. If we are earning money and sponsorship and stuff by episode 100 enough to make this worthwhile, I think white collar boxing. Me, you.
What's white collar boxing?
It's where like as an amateur you can go and you train for like 6 weeks and you have an actual boxing match.
Oh, that sounds like effort. I've got to take time out of my
And
day to go
and
and
this is the guy
train.
that and this is the guy people there's nowhere. Anyway, right, okay. The last question we will move on from Liam. Like I said, it feels like it's been part of the episode. What do you want to do in the next 50 episodes? Do you want to bring in more guests, add or take away
5.
segments? And tell us your plans if we have any.
Um,
Do you want me to go from that? Because you don't have like any plans or anything. You just turn up and talk and I actually think about it.
I've got ideas. Go on then.
Okay. So, next 50 episodes, I mean, at the minute, we're just going to continue how we are going. I think we have naturally evolved segments we've added in, taken out, and stuff like that as we go. And I think we will continue to do that as we get feedback from you guys and stuff. And as we feel, sometimes we have things like we did at the start, we did a game that you would remake, remaster, and blah, blah, blah. That ran its course. And then gaming companies decided to remaster every single game known to man, so it was hard to really sort of do anything good with that. So that naturally did it. So we are just looking to sort of push forward. We moved over to Spotify for our hosting, and it's our sort of discoverability and stuff seems to have in the last couple of months has multiplied by quite a big amount, which is really cool. Guests, we do want to bring guests, but we're looking for like really big guests to get on. So I keep emailing them, and because I write like a northerner, none of them reply. But yeah, we would like to have guests on, not all the time, every now and again, like we have. But we are looking for people who will sort of help grow the podcast, just with their followership and things like that. Um, but I think immediate plans. I think in the quite soon future, we're looking at setting up a Discord for 30 something gamers to sort of try and build more of a community when it comes to that. Um, that will be something that goes through probably Patreon, but it'll be a free tier on Patreon. I think when we're looking at that, because once you're in Patreon, we can send you updates when things are happening, things like that. So it wouldn't be a paid for Discord; it'd be a free Discord. I know everyone needs Patreon and think and I think ultimately, though, when it comes to that, I think we will have some sort of small subscription tier if people want to support us. But we've never wanted to do that and just say, "Oh, will you support us if you like the episode?" We've got ideas of extra episodes and things that we would do in order to make I don't know 2-3 quid a month, whatever it is, to make that sort of worthwhile. Um, like our useless management of transaction is a bonus episode. Things to do with like sort of a game and like sort of like book club type thing, which I think was a suggestion from someone, which I thought, oh, that's a good idea, but we don't have the time to do that when we're obviously it actually costs us money to make. um, we've thought about other episodes, looking at films to do like with games and things like that, but obviously they would be for the people who want to support and things like that. So I think that's the view in the next 50 episodes or so. But when we get there, I don't know. I think we'll just feel like it naturally. So there is I know I don't sound like, but the sensible one who puts the effort in and has a vision. Boxy, what's your ideas for the future?
Nice to hear all that. News to me. No, no, you did tell
I've
me.
sent him multiple messages about this.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean, innovation from my side as well. I'd like us to maybe do more in-person things, like if we feel like driving for a few hours to get together at some point.
We live opposite ends of the country.
Yeah, and I blame you for that. You wanted to do this.
I know. I didn't say we had to meet each other.
I feel like we should up our game a bit. We should like try and get some streaming or something
Yeah,
going on as
yeah,
well,
yeah,
but
yeah.
further down the line. But yeah,
That would
just
be cool.
keep the chats going, keep the guests coming in, try and keep the penis jokes flowing.
Yep, and we've obviously got useless microtransactions coming up that we will record live after this, and that is normally where the penis jokes come. So strap in for that. But as
Ooh.
always, we will end the 50th episode as we end all our episodes now with our game Buster. Now, this is where I give you a cryptic clue towards a game, and last week's clue was it's a group from the capital of Nigeria. Did you get this one, Boxy?
Nope.
No, any clues? Did you Google the capital of Nigeria, or did you just forget to do anything?
I forgot.
You
What
forgot to
what
do anything.
what is the capital of Nigeria?
Lagos.
Lagos. And what was the rest of the clue?
It's a group from the capital of Nigeria.
A group.
A group
Team.
from from the capital of Nigeria.
Lagos. Did anyone else get it in the comments?
There was a little bit of delay, and I don't like dead air, so I am trying to professionally fill without seeing that too early. But you've already said it, so thank you very much for that. I will keep an eye on chat, and I will mention that if anything comes through. Have you got zip idea?
Everyone's talking about their trousers in the chat.
I know someone's talking about I wear. Pandy says I wear size 40 jeans. Is that big enough? And we've got real men wear 44. So I don't think anyone really goes. Liam says he hasn't got a clue. Not a sausage. It's an easy one.
Lagos team.
No, 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 no. The
Lagos,
answer.
Lagos crowd.
No, 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 no.
What is it?
The answer is Lagos Rock Band. Lego Rock Band. Lago. I'm sure the S is silent. Lago Rock Band. Is the S silent in Lago? Yeah, we'll see it is. It's French. Is it the thing French in Nigeria? Yeah.
What?
Lago.
Where the
Lago Rock Band. Lego Rock Band.
where the
Great
fuck
one.
did Rock Band come from?
They're a group. It's a group from the capital. It's a Lago Rock Band. They're a group from the capital of Nigeria.
You're scraping the flipping
I'm
barrel with
not.
that one,
I'm
mate.
not. I'm not. That's a good one. Lago Rock Band. Lego Rock Band. It's a group from the capital of Nigeria.
Lago Rock Band.
I love it when you get annoyed at them. Anyway, but a music groups makes it too easy because you got Pandy. You got a few. Someone said I should have said. Don't. I've made nearly 50 of these. Don't come at us like it's easy to do.
That's
Anyway,
a good point. Pandy says Lego Rock Band. I didn't know that game existed.
well,
Did
I
Lego?
will. Just wait. I will go and get it.
Ah, we'll go and get it. Lagos Rock Band. The hell is he on about?
There we go.
Oh yeah, it all comes screaming back to me.
Yeah, there you go. Don't be right. The amount of games I've got behind me. Do you really think I'm going to end up seeing a game that doesn't exist? My
Well, it wouldn't
inspiration.
surprise me, Tom.
My inspiration is I just turn around and look at the game. Anyway, we've run over by so much. Stop talking because I'm not editing this. Right.
Okay.
The Game Buster for this week, and you will hear it on episode 51, is.
Yeah. Lagos Star Wars.
I'm just going to start putting the capital of Nigeria. There's so many games I could do, isn't it? Um, you ready for it? Ready for the clue?
Go for
You're
it.
going to write it down like you're actually going to do some research. Anyway,
Yeah, go on.
this episode's smell is that of an LA gang member buried up to his neck during a day at the beach.
It's so long. I don't even know where to start with that one.
Are you ready?
This episode smells.
This episode's smell is
Yeah.
that of an LA gang member buried up to his neck during a day at the beach.
God, it's so long. They're buried up to his
You've
neck.
never heard that one
beach.
before. And on that note, I am going to end it. I'm not going to ask if you have any clues or anything. Like I said, we have overran. I apologize. We just didn't want to miss out anyone's questions or shorten our answers. Because the whole reason we're still here at episode 50 and we've done like 80 odd episodes altogether is because of you guys. I think we would have went for a little while if we were doing this and we didn't have people listening. But we've had so much support from a lot of you who were live here today and a lot of you who were listening who couldn't get along and stuff. So we just want to say thank you so much for that. Hopefully, I don't know, will we get another 50 before I'm 40?
When's
How
your
many weeks?
birthday?
How many weeks are there?
Your birthday's only just gone, isn't
April.
it?
Yeah.
You might get in there. Sneak it in.
Well, it's more. It's less than a year away. So that's 52 weeks. So that would mean we'd have to do one every single week. No break.
Maybe we could do like one every day at Christmas or something.
I think we should try and get to 100 episodes before I turn 40, and we'll change the name on
To
episode
what?
101. I don't know. We've got. I mean, we've got a year to think about it.
Oh, I think we should just keep it as 30-something gamers, and then when we're still doing this when we're both in our 40s, it'd be funny. Because that'll be on brand.
Yeah, it would be on brand. No one will be listening at that point, but it's good. Yeah, so we just want to say thank you so much for your support. If you are new in, it's a strange episode to come into because you hear us talking about these people who no one knows talking about stuff. We are at 30-something gamers on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all those things. You can drop us a follow wherever, but the most important thing is drop us a follow wherever you listen to the podcast, whether it be Apple Podcasts, anywhere, Spotify. Drop a comment, do us a rating if you can, and thank you so much for listening. Boxy, is there anything you want to say to the listeners?
No, just thank you so much for all the support. The numbers have just been kept us going. I think if it didn't take off, we would have called it a day a long time ago. But just thank you so much for all the support, all the comments, all the banter. Just it really keeps us going, and we love doing it. So just thank you.
And the most important thing, has Boxy become professional? All I'm going to play the theme tune to see us out. Can he say goodbye in some sort of funny way just before the music goes out? Thank you very much for listening, and we will see you later.
Lagos, Indiana Jones.
Ah, you missed it!
Well, hang on,
Oh,
guys.
yeah, man. Now you've now this is going to have to be in the edit. You've talked over the trail out. We needed it to go silent. Now I'm going to have to do editing. This is why I get annoyed at them, right, everyone? This isn't going to be in.